Hey everybody, it's Leo Urakel, and this is my submission for the video that is going around for the Benjamin Orr Appreciation Project. So I'm gonna talk about how I met Ben and other things like that in this video. So I hope you guys stick around long enough to enjoy it and maybe even learn something. Who knows, you know? Um, Recently, within the past couple of days, the full concert from Cleveland Circle in 1997 was released through Donna Sweet Purple June, and very happy and pleased that everybody enjoyed it. And it's great to see it from beginning to end as opposed to being chopped up like it's been chopped up in the last 20 years or so. Glad that we were able to get it out there. One of the fun things about it is the fact that the band starts playing and Ben's on the side of the stage talking to Dave, and he's got to run up and grab his guitar and try to get it strapped on and start singing. And of course, he pulls it off, but just barely. So, Cleveland Circle, that concert was coincidentally enough the first time I met Ben was at Cleveland Circle in 1996 when he was playing in a WBOS, a local radio station's charity uh, game and concert for the Genesis Fund, which WBS was doing all the time. Every year they would have some kind of a concert or something to raise money for the Genesis Fund. So I had gone there with my brother to try to find some new talent, I guess, for our newly established Rock and Jock program. My brother had secured John Cafferty earlier, so we were going to try to see if maybe we could find some players from the area to join us because we had already had a bunch of athletes that were willing to participate. So Ben had walked by me, and I was total fanboy, and I was like, oh, I think that was Ben Orr. And I actually went and chased him down, not to even think about asking him to play, but to just meet him because being a fan of the Cars for my entire life, it was going to be a great thing. Even if I could just say hi and shake his hand, I'm good with that. And because you never know how people are going to be when you go up to them. So I actually, he was at the van putting his stuff away, his cleats and glove, and I walked up to him and asked him if he was Ben Orr. Duh, I knew he was already. I don't know why I asked, but I did. And he said he was, and I said that I was a big fan, and I loved the band, and I was sad that they had broken up, and et cetera, et cetera. And he was very gracious with me. He was very nice and polite and calm and just smiling and just general conversation. He had no idea who I was, and I had, but I knew who he was, and he was fine with it. He was like a regular down to earth guy. That was one of the greatest things about him. So once the conversation progressed, I'm like, well, why don't I just ask him, because he is so great and generous with his time and so down to earth that he would be perfect for our program because we wanted to meet we wanted our athletes and our musicians to meet the people because that's how you generate charity funds and things like that. So I thought he was going to be perfect, and I asked him to play, and he then passed me the number of his road manager, Mr. Dave Tedeschi, and suggested that if I wanted him, I don't know, if I wanted him to play, then I needed to call Dave to get Ben's time for the games. Sorry. Um, anyway, a couple days later, I called Dave and I got Ben to show up at one of our charity softball games, and he was a very good player. We had a lot of athletes, so the athletes, of course, were very good players as well. And Ben was there, as was John Cafferty, was also a very good player, as well as a musician. the leader of the Beaver Brown Band in the movie Eddie and the Cruisers soundtrack group. So we played. We had a good time. Ben was great. Talked to everybody, signed autographs until his hand fell off, and was just great. The guys loved him, and he was just, like I said, he was just good people, as you know, as the term goes. So after about I want to say 3 or 4 games, Ben actually decided that he would cut Dave out of the mix, and he would just work through me, and I would work through him. So we faxed information back and forth. So that was our modern day IMing or whatever. And I would basically just fax him a sheet of paper that had the dates of our events, what they were, and he would fax back if he could play or not play, and just give me the heads up as who we could get and when and things like that. So and that's how we would put our teams together, obviously. So Ben came to a few more games for the next 3 years, and he was a joy to work with. He was always on time. One of the games that's there's pictures. A lot of the pictures that I have with Ben are from this game that was in Rochester, Massachusetts, and he had gone to this medieval festival called King Richard's Fair, which starts after Labor Day here in Massachusetts. And Dave and him had gone to the fair, and they came in with these giant turkey legs. They're probably about this big. They were huge, you know, and there's like a Fred Flintstone turkey leg, whatever. And they came walking in with these 2 giant turkey legs, and I'm like, "What are you doing, man? You got to play. Like, you're gonna have turkey grease all over you. Like what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, don't put your shirt on. You know what I mean? Like, eat that turkey leg, and then let's get ready to go here. You know." But it was just so funny, just so carefree, just coming in. There's like chomping on that turkey leg, hilarious. But you know, again, Ben was a great guy. Probably one of the top 3 people I've ever met in my life, and I've met a lot of people. Both regular people and celebrities or whatever you want to call it. And it's just how the friendship was born. And I was fortunate enough to also meet Little Ben on more than 1 or 2 occasions. He was, you could spot him and his mom, Edita, in the Cleveland Circle video that was just released. They're standing in front of the stage, and Ben acknowledges Little Ben from the stage. And you'll see him bopping around with his little blonde hair flowing all over the place. So we became very good friends, and I was blessed and pleased to have been his friend and to have spent time with him, and to have had the opportunity to meet and know him has been a very pleasurable experience for me. Just as I said a million times already, and I hate to repeat myself, but good people. Not big people, but good people. And so I, you know, also had a hand in with John Cafferty being at the games with Ben, John asking Ben to eventually play in the Voices of Classic Rock. I like to think that my little claim to fame may be that, you know, we got those 2 guys together, and that's how this whole thing started with the Voices of Classic Rock, as well as the Big People stuff. So very, very, very pleased for that. I can't really, I could go on forever, trust me. This could be an hour video with stories and things like that, and just the things that I've been blessed to have done with Ben, and the conversations that I've had and things like that. But being a fan of the band as well as Ben, I did have the opportunity, which I've been waiting for 40-something years, to actually meet David Robinson, and I was able to meet him at the book signing that was in Boston last June of 2019. One of the things I've been waiting for since I was 18 years old, and it finally happened. And David also very gracious and willing to chit chat a little bit with us and to take a photo, which was a highlight of my last year or so. So just wanted to maybe point some stuff out. You've probably seen some stuff in the background that you're very interested in, so let me point that out for you real quick. To my right shoulder, that is my original Cars tour shirt, and it is a baseball jersey, obviously, and I bought that at the Providence Civic Center for one of the tours. I think it's Heartbeat City, but maybe not. I think it's Heartbeat City. It's been a long time. And over my left shoulder right here, you'll see an 87 door-to-door shirt that I bought also in Providence for the door-to-door concert in '87. And that shirt has never been worn. It's never been washed. So the way it is now was the way it was. I bought it some 33 years ago, I believe. So over my left shoulder, right here, you'll see a photo that Ben gave to me in 1996 when my brother and I went to see him play in Boston at a show with Dale Bosio from Missing Persons. And we were on the guest list, on the VIP list, so we were able to enter for free because we were with the band. And we spent pre-show in Ben's hotel room with the band and just talking and getting to know each other. And he gave me that photo right there. And also to the right of my Heartbeat City Tour shirt right there is my signed Stay the Night album right there. And it's signed in a very peculiar way, kind of a little jokey inscription with a bit of a sense of humor. But there's no words, there's just a heart with an apostrophe and an S. And it's pretty interesting. I'll pick you up and we can go over here and take a look at it. So here it is right here. And you can see right up there where there's the heart and then my name. So that's pretty cool. And then again, here's my tour shirt. And then the signed photo that I got from Ben from that night as well, right there. You can see that. And then I also have a signed Cars album, which is right here. And that's about it. So I just wanted to thank everybody for watching, and hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed it. It's the first time I've ever showed my shirts and my albums and pictures to the world. So that's pretty cool. I would also like to thank Donna Neal, Sweet Purple June, for all of her work and our collaborations back and forth. Sometimes it's been easy and sometimes it's been tough, but we persevered for sure. And we had I think we had a pretty good time, and I think we have a pretty good relationship. So I have released a lot of stuff to her, and I'm sure she's grateful, as are you all. So I don't have a problem doing that at all. And there's maybe even more to come. I'm finding stuff all the time, so who knows? We'll see. And also a shout out to Joe Milliken, somebody who I met not in person but via emails way back in the early 2000s when he started working on the book. I sent Joe a bunch of stuff in the mail, which he didn't use, but that's fine. And I finally got to meet him in person last year at the book signing as well, and that was great. But those two have been a real push for Ben and the Cars. So big shout out to them, and a big thank you to Donna. I really appreciate it. And I guess that's it. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to people's videos besides mine, obviously. So hope you all are well. Take care out there, and see you later. Bye.